Happy Monday. Wait, hold the mayo. Is it a happy Monday? I don't think so. But it is another live edition of the Highbury Squad. I don't know what's happening. Technology's failing me right now.
Is it failing there?
Yeah. The trailer did not play and is refusing to play. But that's okay. Here we are. We're live. You and me. We're ready to go.
We'll have a go at it. Don't worry. We'll go.
You know what? I made it. No, wait. It's my fault. I've had too much caffeine. I should be paid right now. It's my 6.5 cup of coffee today in my Twister mug, old school right here. And I was hitting the brand button as opposed to the video button. Welcome, everyone.
It happens.
But somehow I think it worked in a mysteriously film and TV streamer entertainment kind of way. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Highbury Squad. It's Monday. It's late. I don't know what the score is in the Tottenham game. Do you have that one on, Casey?
Yeah, good one.
All right, let's get stuck to it because I have been welcome back from Spain, by the way, again, and well predicted as per usual. Real Madrid, we had that little bit of a mini convo saying that perhaps they would grab the El Clasico. They did, despite how poor, Ramos comes up big. I think once the second goal went in, that was it. That was toast.
Yeah, it could have been a lot heavier. Could have been 4 or 5 to be honest.
Could have been. Right. Let's get to all the good stuff. And thanks to everyone. I am going to be Wyatt James. If Amanda makes an appearance at some point, she's threatened it. I'm not sure it's going to happen though, Casey. Not tonight.
She can't keep off that one. She will be on.
You think she'll be on?
In some form, she will be on.
Okay. So you're here and I'm a little bit frustrated. I don't actually know. I'm going to be honest. Frustration has now turned into a teeny tiny bit of anger. You've been saying for a long time that Arsenal are a lovely cup team and asking the question about whether or not Arsenal can translate that superb cup form, that one-off, other than Europa League final, that one-off game into consistency in the Premier League. And we talked very early on this season that we're going to be judged very much on our progression in the Premier League and how we perform against the so-called 6 top teams. Now, those top teams have evolved and changed a little bit this season, Super Kev. Leicester are in that mix, having won the Premier League 5 seasons ago. Everton have evolved and they've jumped in. Wolves from last season have continued a little bit. Sheffield United have fallen out of that mix now. You're talking about maybe Leeds making a bit of a challenge, but they're not top 6. So it's really Manchester City, Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea.
The usual suspects.
Usual suspects. And so far we've failed 3 times. We've lost to Manchester City. We've lost to Liverpool, the champions, and we've lost to Leicester City, who have won the Premier League before us. So I want to ask you a couple of things. I always like to start at the beginning when we do our post-game show, as you know, and we start with the team selection.
That's fine.
Team selection, fine, but you see a team on paper, but then when you start watching the game unfold, tactically, that canvas changes into a whole other different painting. And one of the things I've asked you is Pep Guardiola, does Mikel have a little bit of a Pep Guardiola arrogant tendency to put square pegs in round holes? Let's start right there. You see the team on paper, and then the game plays out. Go.
Yeah, I wasn't down about the team. I thought that was a good team. That team should beat Leicester, that's for sure. And we would have beat Leicester, really. We could have beat Leicester, but it wasn't our day. We're not playing well enough, Sophie. We've only played well once this season.
What does that mean, though? Casey? Because playing well against Fulham, who everyone is playing well against, is not the barometer.
No, you're right, but I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
Now, when you play a weaker team, you can flatter to deceive. You can look the part.
Mm-hmm.
But when you start to play the Liverpools, Manchester City, who were there for the taking, by the way, and you kind of can't get over that hump,
mm-hmm.
and then You were playing a wounded Leicester. Let's have it right. Leicester are wounded, and we couldn't get it done. Reasons being, look, one thing they done, they knew they're going to deny us the space. They are going to deny us the space, and they clamped us down. Yeah, we did have the ball in the back of the net, and the goal got chalked off. And Xhaka was impeding the goalkeeper, even though he wasn't quite in his proper eye line. But he's right in front of him. So if that would have happened to us, we would have said, look, he's impeding the goalkeeper. So I didn't think the first half was too bad. I didn't think it quite worked with Ceballos and
Partey.
No, not Ceballos and Partey, but what was happening with Granit Xhaka, Ceballos. I think Partey was the one who was trying to be progressive. Ceballos didn't really have a good game, which he can understand that. Sometimes you don't have a good game, but for me it was Xhaka kept going into the back, into the defense, and ultimately that's what killed us. Okay, I don't mind that happening when we're ahead, in order to keep the ball and play longer passes. But when we start getting exposed, because the ball that Cengiz Under got played in behind Xhaka, so that means Gabriel has to move out of the middle, and obviously Jamie Vardy's there all alone. Obviously Mustafi, I don't know what assignment he was on. He was ball watching, like he usually does. But it's not his fault. The fact of the matter is, as defenders or as a team, you have to try and stop it at source. And we couldn't stop it at source. So they realized the mismatch. They exposed Xhaka. Gabriel, unfortunately, had to come out the hole. And that's how they done us. But we didn't offer enough. And that's why I say we're not playing well enough. Everyone could complain about, creativity, that's all you ever hear. And, some guy who's not even part of the squad gets a mention. He's dead. He's done. Don't even mention his name.
Mm-hmm.
The fact of the matter is,
it's not the solution, is it?
It's not the solution. Our most creative player in that team is Saka. And that's an 18, 19-year-old kid. He's our most creative player. Now, what I would have done, I would have put Ceballos a bit further forward, and do away with Granit Xhaka going into the back foot. Why is he going into the back foot?
Would you have even played Xhaka with Ceballos and Partey? Was that necessary? Like, if you're going, if he's going for that 3, then fine. But if you were actually picking this game against Leicester, knowing how Leicester were going to set up and knowing that they were going to understand exactly what you said, where we were coming from, and how and what they knew that we were going to do, would you have even started Xhaka with Partey? Was that a fear thing? He seems to be managing more with fear than hope,
No, that's not a problem. Xhaka playing. Xhaka with Partey in there is not a problem. The problem is getting players up the pitch who can do damage. Ceballos was deep, trying to play balls through from 60 yards away. No. What we want him to be able to do is be 20, 30 yards away, where he can make the most damage. So he's between the line. But we weren't doing that because Granit Xhaka was going back. Now, hold on a minute. Think about it. You've got a team who were banking up on you, and we've got our central midfielder going into the back 3 or 4. Why? Why would you do that? You would have him in the midfield with Partey, and then you would have Ceballos a bit further forward, so they have the problem. They were just happy there, not a care in the world. Come on, try and break us down, and we couldn't.
So, is this a case of bad setup, bad management, bad tactics, or poor player execution?
Well, it's not really poor player execution because we didn't really get a grip of the game in order to execute. He moved Aubameyang to the right because he's realised now. I said it on pods before that teams are scheming. Okay, Aubameyang ain't going to beat us. Someone else is going to have to beat us. Now that should have been Lacazette last night. It should have been Lacazette, but for whatever reason, he's not up to the standard right now. So we needed to take the lead. If we take the lead, then they have to open up. That's how this thing works. And as we know, the longer it goes on, we get done by the more chance you get of being done by the sucker punch.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because I'm going to come at you as I'm not a tactical genius. Okay, I haven't played the game. Excuse me. Have I been a fan of the game for a long time? Yes. Do I choose my favorite 11 for each game? I kind of look at the game and say, I'd love us to play this way. Doesn't mean that I'm an expert at all. So I'm going to come to you from super bottom of the barrel football fan question, Casey, right? As an Arsenal fan, because I'm a huge fan of Arteta and I love the guy and I think he's super smart. I'm starting to think he's a bit too clever for his own good.
Well,
he's taken part.
Job.
He's taken a little bit of that pep cloth with him when he left Manchester City. So if Wolves haven't been as great, right? Let's take Leeds or Aston Villa. Let's take Everton. Okay. On paper, you would argue that we're about par with, especially the front three, with those squads. Why are they creating chances? Why are they having so many shots against teams like Leicester and Liverpool? Why are they having so many opportunities? Why aren't we? And this isn't about the number 10 and the last name starting with O.
No,
answer the question. Okay.
No, that's an easy question. They are playing better than us right now. Simple as that.
Are they playing better than us, or are they playing better formationally, tactically?
Well, however you want to call it, they're playing better than us right now, because formations, people tend to hold on to formations, right, when they don't understand football. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter the formation. It's about players playing well, because players make the formation. It's not the formation makes the players. Players make the formation. So we are not playing well enough at the moment. We just about got out of jail in Rapid Vienna.
Yeah.
It's a Thursday, Sunday scenario. It's the first one of the season, and that's no excuse, by the way. But now we're finding out about the team. We're finding out about the players. Can they do it? And right now, when they're not playing well enough, they couldn't grind a result out against Leicester.
But okay, I get all of that, and I hear what you're saying, and I feel like I'm starting to hear the same things every week now, because I want you to answer my question. Is Arteta being too clever, and is he putting square pegs in round holes? For example, what's happened with Maitland-Niles? Why isn't Maitland-Niles playing?
I don't know. I've no idea.
Why is someone like Bellerin continue? What we used to argue about with Wenger, and less with Emery, but similarly with Emery, because he was stuck with some of the Wengerites. How does Mustafi get a game at this point? What is it we don't have back there, or what isn't available in the under 23s? And I know who's injured and stuff. Why isn't Maitland-Niles being given a shot when Bellerin's been shocking and we've lost and we haven't really been that great? And now we haven't even scored in 2 games. And Bellerin does play a part a little bit in how we fly on the flanks. Pepe just continues to be a grand disappointment. Why is Lacazette still just being chosen? How is Pepe a grand disappointment? He's come off the bench. He's come off the bench to try and save the day. That's not. I don't think he's getting a fair crack of the whip. And I'm not saying he's been unbelievable, but I don't think he's been as bad as people make out. I don't. For me, he doesn't get a fair go. How's that? Did he not? Did he get chosen?
Sorry.
Did he play against Leicester?
Came on.
Right, he came on. So he's still given an opportunity to play, Casey.
Yeah, but it's not the same, is it? It's not the same. If you're having to come off the bench all the time, it's not the same as starting, having the trust of the manager. It's not the same. So Mikel Arteta, as you said, does he have a tendency to put square pegs in round holes? Maybe he does at times. But remember, and we have to remember this, he's learning on the job.
You guys keep saying that. You guys
No,
keep,
yeah,
but he
yeah,
won
but
the
hold
FA
on,
Cup and we
Sophie.
lauded him like
No,
he
no,
was a
Sophie,
messiah.
Sophie. He won the FA Cup, and we are a cup team. It's different.
So you agree with me that we're still a cup team? You agree with me?
I've said that's what I've said. I have said that from day one. The transition from cup team to league challengers is going to take place through this season. It's not, you don't just, because you've won the FA Cup and the Community Shield, you don't just become and you've brought a few players in, you don't just all of a sudden become a challenger straight away. It takes time.
Okay, and I know it takes time, and I know Rome wasn't built in a day, like someone just said in chat. Okay, so here's the scoop then. When we know that Pepe really excels when he plays with Maitland-Niles as the overlapping running back, and Arteta's seen that himself, but yet he continues to choose Bellerin. Yet he ostracizes other players. Why? Why? When you've got a £72 million investment and you know he excels when he plays with a certain player.
Yeah,
Same thing with why?
Well, but obviously you don't trust him enough. This is the issue. Obviously, the manager doesn't trust him enough.
But he started him in the last two matches before this
Doesn't
one.
matter. But
Like
he
Ray's
doesn't
saying.
trust him enough to play in this one. This is so again, we could have this conversation from last season. There's times where Pepe played, there's times where he doesn't. There's times where he played with Bellerin, there's times where he played with Maitland-Niles. He played with Maitland-Niles in the cup games. Yes, he did. He played with Maitland-Niles, and there was times Maitland-Niles played on the left. But the fact of the matter is, the manager is the one who picks his team, and he's not picking his team. So Maitland-Niles plays, so Pepe has to play. Or Pepe's there, so I have to drop Bellerin. Obviously, there's a hierarchy. There is a hierarchy, and he's choosing the team he thinks will win this game.
But
So
a hierarchy based on good form, not on name.
Yeah, but it is on name.
No, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be,
we know that. Yeah, we know that, but it is.
Are there not some red flags with you with Arteta's approach in this match, and also just the management maybe of kind of some of the stuff that's going on in the agenda I talked to you about? It just feels a little bit like a Wenger style. There's some players that just get to play every week. They're not challenged. They don't feel like they're challenged. And there are some players that have to work a little bit harder for his attention. And there are some players that are ostracized for some reason or the other. And it seems to me that he's also intent and stuck in his ways on certain things. And there's just a couple red flags for me because
maybe there are. I mean, look, there's Saliba. What's happened with him? And I know we might cover that somewhere down the line, but
yeah, let's talk about him. Let's just go right. We could talk ad nauseum about tactics and what happened and didn't happen in that game, and where it went wrong and right, and we will. But let's start in one of the positions, KC, that
has a key position as well.
And David Luiz goes out, and David Luiz was definitely, it just makes me laugh how 1 minute people are killing him and the next minute it's like, wow, we just lost our best player in the whole game. Yeah, in the game, he was definitely one of the most effective players. But to have Mustafi as the answer still, when you know and you've seen the results and you are coming in as the messiah in Arteta to change things and make things happen, and you keep making the same mistakes and picking these Wenger players, this is his legacy, Kevin. He's going to be measured in the Premier League this year. There's no way out.
Of course he is. And he knows that. Listen, the buck stops with him, right? The buck stops with him. And I don't know what's going on. I've got to tell you that I don't know what's going on, but I will tell you this much. Why haven't we seen Saliba? Why? And I think the only way we're going to know is that when he plays.
Well, why haven't we we did a whole special, an awesome special on Saliba with Matt Spiro, and Matt, a French football expert, the author of Les Blues. He had Arsene Wenger do his forward. He spoke to a ton of ex-Arsenal players for that book, understands the French game, was up close and personal following Saliba and also Gabriel when he was playing in Liga 2. It seemed like Saliba was made for it. Something's happened. And there's no transparency here. And this is why people keep reverting back to the other problem, because now we're trying to mask maybe another problem. And did this start with the Saint Etienne coupe game? I don't know what's happening, Casey.
But that's not his issue, is it? That's not Saliba's issue.
No, but it left a sour taste in his mouth. And then apparently... we don't know, but
no. But he was. Listen, he came back. He came in. He was training. He was happy. Listen, he's at his parent club now. Arsenal bought him and loaned him back. So fair enough. It didn't quite work out for him to play in the final, but he's got past it. So yeah, he's young, but I don't see why we're not seeing him when you spend that sort of money. It's not as if we're blessed. It's not as if we're blessed with centre backs who can play, who are quick, who are big, who are aggressive. It's not as if we're blessed with that. So I don't know why we haven't seen him.
And then when you add what Paramount is saying too, the offering Mustafi a new contract, which to me was alarming, and I think that was alarming to a lot of fans.
Well, they're reports. They're reports. We don't know if it's true. We do not know if it's true. They are just reports. And I would like to think, Sophie, that never happened. I would like to think he never got offered a new contract because they were trying to sell him in the summer.
But I think it was a desperate move when we knew. When was that contract offered to? Was it offered after the signature of Gabriel? Gabriel, if we look at the timing of things, we're not going to know. I think I don't think we offered him a contract because there was talk. But Chris Wheatley Chris Wheatley reported that, and Chris, I'm not sure. I don't know. Chris has always been pretty good with breaking news and stories and stuff like that. Not that that was breaking news in any way. That was terrible news. No one wanted to hear that. No one wanted to read that.
Yeah, but you see, there was talk of him going to Lazio. Now,
yeah, there were, and Napoli at one point too.
So why was there no talk of him getting a new contract then?
I don't know
what I mean. So how is it all of a sudden just broke now that he turned down the new?
Well, his agent may have done. His agent may have fed that story to the papers because he's looking for a January move, and January's not too far away. And after a performance like that yesterday, right, which wasn't great, your agent kind of chimes in and says, Arsenal offered him a contract, but we don't want him to stay. I think the toughest thing for me, and I'm trying to reconcile myself a little bit as, yes, I'm hosting a podcast today, but I'm also a fan, and a little bit of the fan is bursting.
Yes, the guns out. Flamethrower, please.
I'm not going to protect Arteta anymore. No,
you don't need to.
You know why, Casey? Because in the league right now, everybody shoot me, and maybe I'll lose every piece of credibility I have. But right now, in the league, Unai Emery is better than Arteta. And I don't mean to be a poet, but I guess in the end, you just know it. I didn't know that was going to rhyme, Casey. But in the cups and the knockout phases and all of that, and don't mistake me saying results versus performance, progression, man management, I think that's up for grabs right now after what we've seen over the last couple of weeks.
Come on.
All right, then convince me then how we've lost once again to Manchester.
No. We're talking we're talking about man management. You said there is no way you can tell me Arteta and Emery on man management is level. Not in a month for Sunday.
No, that's not what I said. I said it was up for debate. The man management.
It's not even up for debate. What are you talking about? Up for debate? It's not, Sophie. Sophie, do you remember what was happening at the Emirates? Xhaka going off, giving it all.
You mean our 23 unbeaten game run? That one. I remember that.
No. But what did we win? We won nothing. We done nothing. It
We
was
got
all a smokescreen, love.
we were the point shy of finishing. We almost got to the Champions League,
Almost. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. It's
but
no
we
good.
but we
No
almost
good.
did.
It's not good enough. It's not good enough.
And this is good enough for you.
No.
With the signing
No.
of Partey and
No.
having Aubameyang back and re-signing Saka and adding Tierney and adding I don't know if I mentioned Gabriel, but that to me, Emery's team was worse. He had worse players and he managed better results in the Premier League. Someone else show me. Tell me I'm crazy. Go ahead.
Sophie, Emery's team had
Mhm.
played together a long time.
No, everyone, don't mistake me saying I never said man management. I
No,
said
you
that's
did
up
say
for
man
debate.
management.
I said that part was up for debate.
Yes,
But
debate, but there is no debate.
why? Because Aubameyang looks lost. Lacazette has lost confidence.
Hold
Pepe is
on a
not
minute.
performing. Hold on.
Hold on. Go on. You finish.
Thank you.
Go on. You finish.
Man management is up for debate. Aubameyang stuck on the left, which everyone's complaining about, which I don't get because he almost won the Golden Boot there last season. So what's the difference? We'll get to that. Lacazette looks like he's lost every ounce of confidence in his body. Pepe can't perform. The dude just can't get it up on game day. It's not happening. Ceballos is too in and out. Okay. Xhaka's too up and down. Tierney and Saka are our most reliable players right now. Bellerin is the shadow of the player. Gabriel's a new signing, so he's inspired.
No, but
so that's all I'm asking.
But he's been consistent. That's what I mean. You just mentioned Saka and Tierney, but Gabriel, I think, has been our most consistent performer.
Okay, so of course he has. He's new, he's inspired. But what I'm saying is at some point, you guys, we've got to stop being happy with winning the FA Cup and start asking tougher questions about how we perform in the league against certain teams. And we can't keep saying, I don't know why that's happening. I don't know why we're performing that way. Why isn't Aubameyang scoring goals? We have Lacazette. But why, Casey?
Sophie, I've answered the question. Look, let me just tell you this. You go, you train, you do the same things over and over and over again to get better at it, right? Now, when you go out there on a Saturday or Sunday or Tuesday, you are prepared to play your best game. The fact of the matter is, some teams start the season well and some don't. Okay? We haven't started the season well. We haven't. That's just it. Sometimes it's too easy to say you can put your finger on it. Sometimes you cannot.
Okay. You're being a bit of a politician with me tonight.
No, I'm not being a politician. Just telling it. I'm telling it like it is. Because
all right, so here's what I'm
I've been that player in the dressing room. I've been with those players, and we've prepped all week. Get to the Saturday, and it doesn't happen. And you go through a tough time, but you do come through it, Sophie. This is what I'm saying. We can't lose all our mind now.
No,
how many league games gone?
5?
5 or 6, maximum 7.
But
and we're going crazy about playing against this team and that team.
You sound crazier than me right now.
I'm saying people are going crazy about this team, that team, that. No, listen, this run has been a hard run. Should we have beaten Leicester? Yes, we should have. Home game. But you cannot tell me.
How long have we been saying that? Coulda, shoulda, woulda. That's my point.
But this is what I'm saying. We are not playing well enough as a team.
Why can we play? Okay, so why is we're a myth then? Why can we play well enough and beat Liverpool in the league in Project Restart?
That was then. Okay, that was last season.
No, but
that was last season.
Okay, but we can beat Manchester City then, and you're making excuse
after
last
excuse. Season. There's no excuse. And we were playing well. No, we were playing well. You see, Sophie, it's about playing well. If we were playing bad and beating them, there's nothing I could say. But we played well in those games. We had a game plan, we stuck to it, and it's a one-off game. That's why the league is so difficult because
So you think we played well against Leicester?
no, I didn't. We lost.
Right.
We
So
didn't play. I've already said that.
who you saying we played well against? The teams we beat last season in the cup?
Yeah, you mentioned how did we beat Liverpool? How did we beat Man City? How did we beat Chelsea? We beat them because we were playing well then, and it was a cup game. But when it's in the league, we just are not playing well
I mean,
right now.
you're actually agreeing with me, because I'm presenting scenarios to you that are completely based on the fact that in the Premier League we lack. We're physically and mentally impotent. There's something that happens to us
No,
as
at the
play.
moment, 100%.
No,
We
not
are
at the
not
moment.
playing well. It's at the moment. So do you reckon? Let me
Okay, when
ask
was the
you a
last time we
question.
played well in the league?
Let me ask you a question.
Hmm.
Let me ask. Remember, there's only 5, 6 games gone. Let me ask you a question, Sophie. Do
Hmm.
you reckon we will play like this all season?
Currently,
No, no,
based.
no. I never asked you about currently. I
No,
said,
wait.
do you
You
reckon
gave
we
me a
will play like
politician's
this
answer
all?
earlier.
No. Do you reckon we will play like
Yes,
this all season?
probably yes,
Okay.
yes.
So we're going to play like this all season. So where do you reckon we'll finish then? If we play like this all season?
We're 10th right now, right?
Hmm.
No, thinking that if this is going to be Arteta's style and we don't invest in January and this is how he wants to manage this team, I think it's probably going to be one of those seasons we look back on, like the season Leicester won the league, and say it's the biggest wasted opportunity we've ever had in our lifetime as Arsenal Football Club.
Why would it be?
Because
Why would it be wasting if we're playing bad?
um because the Leicester season, we should have won the league. In fact, us or Tottenham should have won the league. And we wasted opportunities to close, mentally impotent again. Under Emery, we could have qualified for Champions League. We didn't. Under Mikel Arteta, he took over in December. We had so many chances to qualify for the Champions League and finish fourth. And we, week after week, we fell, and then we fell some more and some more. Now, I'm not being a melodramatic drama queen of Arsenal fandom here. I'm just speaking as a fan who's seen a trend over a number of years. And what I'm seeing, Casey, is similar behavior. And you know that's sign of doing the same thing is a sign of going crazy. And I'm not done on Arteta. I believe in Arteta.
So you tell me the trend then. You tell me the trend because Arteta
He
has
needs
got
to be more
silverware.
flexible. He won the FA Cup. Look,
Yeah.
okay. Right,
So,
let me
see,
that's a blessing
in
and a
less than a
curse.
year,
Okay,
he's got silverware. So
I raved about winning the FA Cup. I actually was the one that said, "My God, he's taken the monkey off his back," and what's his name, Frank Lampard, is hoping and wishing that he'd won a final so he could take the monkey off his back as Chelsea manager. The FA Cup, in some ways, Casey, and this isn't again me being crazy. I don't think it's been a blessing and a curse, because winning in 2014, 15, 17, and also this year has masked a lot of Premier League pain.
he hasn't masked it. It's still there. I'm with you on that.
It's
It's still
masked it
there.
though,
No,
because
but it
we
doesn't mask
accept.
it.
No, but we don't challenge Arteta in the same way. If Emery had managed that game at the weekend, he would have been killed. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but again, Sophie, this is the way it works. When you are successful, people are more lenient for you. People are more lenient with you. If you don't win anything, people will question you. But when you win, people are more lenient to say, okay, let me see what's going on. Look, we are not playing well in the league, and we are not a consistent team in the league. We haven't been for seasons. Since Arsene Wenger, we haven't been. So let's have it right. Let's put it on the table. In order to get that, Sophie, what needs to happen? We know what needs to happen. Players need to be got out of the club, and new players need to come in. But whether we like it or not, he hasn't got the ability to move and shake how we would like to, because nobody wants our players.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Everyone keeps telling me context matters, and appreciate your comments, Sean. And KC, I understand what you're saying. But he's making the same mistakes by utilizing some of the Wenger rights that he's inherited. Kolasinac has been poor. Mustafi has been poor at times. And, I've been a huge supporter of my boy Xhaka because, he's a decent human being and I like him as a human, but he's also been poor. Lacazette, even though he scored, I think, the most goals this season, he's been poor. And he has the opportunity as the manager to change things. Look at Bielsa. He's using so many young players. Look at,
different
Smith.
Football clubs.
Okay, but wait, let me finish my thought because we keep pointing the same finger. Why not bring in?
No, Sophie. You're mentioning Bielsa and Arsenal. We're at two different levels. It's two different levels.
Oh, Leeds United are a pretty big football club, Casey.
No, I said we're at two different levels. I never said they're not a big club. I said we're at two different levels.
Yeah, but okay, so if you let me finish, you'll hear me saying we have Maitland-Niles who can play. We have Smith Rowe who can play. We have options. We have Willock who can play, but we keep giving the opportunity to the same players who do not improve the team in the Premier League. Why? Why not, as the manager, you've been given the empowerment to change things and evolve things, but you keep doing what others before you have done instead of trying to go out.
He don't trust the other players. That's what it boils down to, Sophie. That's what I've got to tell you, Sophie. If he trusted Smith Rowe, Willock, and all those, they would play. He doesn't trust them. So
you're going to trust. You can't trust. Okay, so Eddie, he's given Eddie a shot. He's given Eddie a chance, right?
Yeah.
At this point, would you not agree that maybe a toss-up between Eddie and Laka? And a few weeks ago, you and I both said we would always start Laka. But is that the case now? I don't think so.
No,
Why?
It is because he trusts Laka more. Laka's the highest goal.
He's the top
goal scorer. Laka's the top goal scorer.
Yeah, but he's okay. So he's not getting results from him, though, in terms of what he wants the team to do. I mean, you're not saying that just because.
No, but Sophie, you've mentioned a raft of players there who are not playing well, and they're playing. That tells you everything. The team isn't playing well.
No, but
There's certain individuals.
But we haven't seen those other players be given the opportunity at this level. Why not? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, because I know, and I've already answered that. Because the manager doesn't trust them. He sees them in training. He sees them in training.
You don't. Lacazette and Aubameyang in training too. And what are they doing?
But you're mentioning Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe hasn't been on the pitch this season. So how's he going to trust him?
I'm giving you him as an example, a name.
Yeah, I know. What I'm saying is Willock has been on the pitch. Eddie Nketiah has been on the pitch. So he will change it as he sees fit, but it's his choice. Whether we like it or not.
Why did we keep, mate? Why? I would like to see Balogun. I would like help.
What have I missed?
We're having a right ding dong here.
What's going on? What's happening? What are you discussing?
Not understanding me tonight. We're usually on the same page. What I'm saying is that.
Hello, everyone. By the way,
hi, Amanda. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hello, PG.
Why isn't Maitland-Niles playing? Why not give someone else a chance? Why keep picking the same players Emery picked and Wenger picked, the little Wenger rights? Why not give someone else a chance? And Casey keeps saying, well, he doesn't trust them. And I'm like, and he sees Pepe in training and Lacazette and Mustafi and all these guys who come in and do nothing. And you're expecting me to believe that he can trust them. We keep doing the same thing over and over again.
The proof's in the pudding.
Okay, so Lacazette, you can't say does nothing. That's unfair. That
No,
is
yeah, no. Well,
unfair.
I've been supporting him in this game. He did
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah,
Well,
he's
he
done
actually
nothing.
scored a perfectly good goal that I have no idea why was disallowed. I still don't understand it. But anyway, yeah, hi everyone. But I just think that
Hello.
Hello, Sailor. Who's that? Progress
Hello.
Moses.
Moses.
Hello.
hello
Whoa.
Moses.
Sure, fine.
I just think that it's really interesting. I've not really had much time for anything today except for work, but tonight it was really interesting. I read a post on a Facebook page from a Gooner who's, I think, quite nailed it actually. He said our expectations are so high that every game we expect perfection because it's Arteta in charge. We do need to give him time. We are going to foul. The system's going to take time. We've got
KC. I feel
Thanks,
funny they both
PG.
came on air at the same time, didn't they?
Shut up. I don't know. I've lost my train of thought. You're being naughty.
No, but you were
No, you're
saying
talking about
about
the system, about the system
Yeah,
taking
yeah.
time and all that.
expectations. She was saying about expectations for every game and stuff like that. And
I-
I mean, we should
I-
have high expectations. We should.
Yeah, but then you know what expectations do. So I just feel that yesterday. Well, hello everyone. That's really nice. Everyone saying hello. I just feel that yesterday was unfortunate. They came to frustrate us. They completely frustrated us, and they scored on the break. I would just like to know, asking for a friend, who was supposed to be marking Jamie Vardy, the one player that is going to score against us. You put your life on it, and he's going to be him. And no one, because Gabriel was coming over, he tells Mustafi to get back to mark him. He's not anywhere. And it just went through midfield. And you know what? I have a problem with Xhaka. I have a problem with Ceballos yesterday as well. I have a problem that Aubameyang's goals have dried up and we need to do something. I know what you're saying, Soph, about he played on the wing last year and he was nearly top scorer or whatever it was, but he's not this year and I don't want him on the wing. I want him playing down the centre. And you can go on all you want about Aubameyang scoring last year. I'm sure Ozil was in the squad. Oh, I'm going to say the O word. There's lots of things that are not, I know, oh my God, I've mentioned it. There's lots of things that are not working at the moment, but it's down to Arteta to find the solution. And you just got to give him time, okay? I sort of agree with KC, although I didn't last week, on the fact that we actually haven't played well this season. We've got away with quite a few games. And now it comes to the fact that we play, I know we played Dundalk, but then we got United on Sunday. But
and Leeds and Villa and Wolves.
Yeah, but let's just start with United. They are diabolical, yeah? And you just know, as I tweeted today, they will beat us because it is just
100%.
Arsenal to do that. I cannot see anything else, even though I don't think it's a mental issue. I don't think they're scared. I just think it's not gelling at the moment. Something's not right. I still want Aubameyang down the middle. That's my main thing. I rate Pepe, as you know, and I think it's going to come together, but we have to give them time. And in a way, now it's quite good we're not in the stadium because it would be a bit toxic. Yesterday was a waste of, hopefully, a lot of people didn't pay $14.95, and it was dire. It was one of the worst games I've seen for a long time.
This comment right here is my dream. You know that it's been my dream to do it the Liverpool way. And he doesn't have the same identity, PG.
Not yet.
KC.
Not yet.
But he's in the league. You've got to start building that.
Sophie, let me ask you a question. When Jurgen Klopp took over Liverpool to them winning the title last season, how many players of the first squad he had were still at the club?
When the problem with Klopp, what he did was he identified his players and then he built the front three. He started the reverse, which is kind of what we've done, right? So we were hoping that Mane, Firmino and Salah are Oba, Laka and Pepe. And to some extent, Laka is our Firmino, who Firmino goes unappreciated sometimes, and people do not respect his game enough because of the things he does off the ball, which enables the other two to have the insanity that they do. But we've also talked about having Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson. be those creative players. And then that wall in the middle of Henderson or Fabinho or whoever's playing, right? And then the final pieces were Leno and Virgil van Dijk. But he did start off, he inherited a bit of a mess too from Brendan. Wait, you asked me a question. I'm answering.
Yeah, but you're not answering it.
Yes, I am. I think that Klopp made it very clear what he wanted the DNA of his club to be from the very beginning. And I think that Arteta is still, as much as he's changed the DNA around the club, on the pitch, he hasn't discovered his DNA and culture yet.
Sophie,
the way Klopp has.
Sophie, I'm going to ask you the question.
You never answered my question before.
Hold on. I'm going to ask you the question again. How many players, when Jurgen Klopp first went to Liverpool, are still at the club when they won the title last season? Simple. I don't need you to explain who they are. I'm just asking a simple question about a squad. How many players are still there when Jurgen Klopp went to Liverpool? How many players do you reckon?
I wouldn't even know.
One.
Henderson.
One. That's it. One.
But he built. But wait, everybody
else gone.
Excuse me, time out, Mr.
Else out.
Hello, you know the Mr. Men, Mr. Tickly, Mr. Angry, Mr. Whatever, right? That's the beauty about why Liverpool evolved. Because of that. Because there's none of those players that were there when he got there. And until Arsenal remove Ozil, Mustafi, Kolasinac, Chambers, maybe even a little Xhaka, Bellerin, until those things happen, we won't evolve. But until we do, we have to at least find some kind of culture and identity on the pitch that makes the best of the talent that we have. And right now, he is not doing that unless we play in the cup.
I think he is. I think the players, we're asking the players to do stuff that they're not good at.
I do think it's going to take time. I'm with Sophie on that, and I'm with you on that. It's going to take time, and he's gradually doing it, Soph. He's brought Partey in. That's his signing.
Gabriel's his signing.
Gabriel, Saliba, whoever else it is, it's going to start to be his team, Soph. But we need patience, I'm afraid, and we could lose 3 on the trot. But for me, and I may be wrong, I think he's the man for us. But it's going to take time. He's also playing in unprecedented times. There's no fans. They're playing at 8 o'clock on a Sunday night. It's just really strange, everything. And I tell you something else.
Criticise Arteta.
I can.
Everyone think? Why? Everyone's having a go at me for criticising Arteta.
No, everyone is
got it wrong.
Having a go at you. There's people that are criticising Arteta. I choose not to at the moment. I don't feel I don't need to criticise him. Do I like how we played last night? No. Do I like the subs? No. Do I think and I always say his name wrong, Nketiah? Eddie, Nketiah, whatever your name is. Right,
call him Eddie.
Eddie. Yeah. I think he should have come on a lot earlier, but I'm not the manager and I don't know who's carrying what on the field. Do I think Mustafi should ever play for us again? No. But at the moment, he's just trying to find his feet. He didn't know Louise was going to be injured. Louise has become one of our most relied on players. So I just feel like he's the new boy finding his feet. To criticise him now is a little bit unjust. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I can criticise his formation, tactics, whatever, but I'm not going to go for him, Soph. No, I'm not. I'm not. Because I think time...
I don't think I am. I don't think I'm going for him. I'm just...
Well, if you'd have seen our WhatsApp group last night, you were going for him.
Sophie,
you just sort of lost it.
Sophie, can I ask you this then? Jurgen Klopp, how long's Arteta been at Arsenal? So you can only...
But why are you picking on me criticising him for one game when I've supported him the entire time he's been manager? Now you're acting like I've never supported him and I'm on the Arteta out brigade.
No. I'm not. How?
No.
You've not even let me ask my question.
Because that's been your rhetoric and your narrative. But go on.
No, you've not even let me say what I've got to say. What I'm saying is there's Mikel Arteta and you mentioned about Jurgen Klopp. So you can only compare.
No, you brought up Klopp.
No, you blew up Jurgen Klopp saying Jurgen Klopp done this, that, the other. And then I said
there was a comment.
Right. So what I'm saying is if Jurgen Klopp put an identity into Liverpool, like you say, from the off, you can only really gauge Arteta against Klopp for one season, because Arteta's only been there one season. He hasn't even been there one season.
What did I say on the last show? That he hasn't even been there. It's December a year, and he's done an amazing job, and he's made lemons out of lemonade. And that winning the FA Cup in his first season and beating City and Chelsea's along the way is incredible. But the goal now is to evolve from being a nice cup team into a consistent Premier League team, and that we're going to be judged on our results against the top six. And so far this season, once again, after him being lauded, okay, we failed. And all I'm saying is, has the FA Cup, the initial question, Amanda, about 45 minutes ago was 2014, 15, 17 and 20. Has the FA Cup masked the true pain of the Premier League? And in some ways, I feel like it gives the managers a pass, and it enabled Wenger to stay on longer than he should have. And as much as I've loved winning the FA Cup, and I love that Arteta won his first final, he can't ride on this safe wave.
But I don't think he is riding on that safe way. I just think it takes time. I just feel that I think we're going to have a lot of ups and downs, Soph, and I'm not saying that I have not supported Arteta. You have. The last couple of games, you've been upset with what he's done, and that's fair enough. You can. But there is a middle ground here. You can criticise and just know he's the right man for the job. That's how I feel.
What is his brand of football? Answer me that right now, you guys. Klopp, everyone could see what Klopp's brand of football was. Answer, what is our brand of football?
Well, maybe
who are we?
But maybe
No. As Kev said, answer the question. What is our brand of football? Kev, why don't you start?
Our brand of football is passing from the back, playing through midfield.
Every team in the Premier League. Start again.
No, but listen, you're asking me, so why don't you listen? If you're asking me. So our brand of football is to try and pass and break a press of a team coming against us. And when teams sit back, we try and play balls over the top or through them. That is our brand of football. It's not the pressure game like Liverpool play.
So what's our definition of, what would you call that then? Because Klopp's football has always been, Amanda and Casey, labelled as heavy metal football, right? That Liverpool, the pressing and everything. So what's our heavy metal? What do we call how we play? It's so boring. Wake me up when we start playing football, Amanda.
It isn't heavy metal.
Waiting. Hold on. That's right. We play Man United at the weekend. I'll wait.
I think I came on the pod just at the right time. Oh, my life. Well, I don't know this obsession with Klopp. We're not Liverpool. We're Arsenal. And he's got to play with what he's got. We brought in Partey. He's got issues with Ozil. He's got lots of things to deal with. Name. I know. Sorry.
Poor Mikel. Oh, so poor baby. Let's get him a blanket. Let's get him a little
blanket.
You know
what he was left with Emery and Wenger.
Let's get him a cup of tea and a blanket.
You know what he was left with. What do you think? He's just going to turn it around overnight?
Emery was in between. Let's not forget.
I said Emery and Wenger.
PG has been there. How long has he managed the team?
It doesn't even feel like that long. It doesn't feel like a year next month, December.
No. Listen, a year is one thing. How long has he managed the team?
Oh, well, a few months because he was promoted.
Right. It's maximum 6 months. Maximum.
It's not even that long. And
So Sophie, I think you're being a little bit bullish on Arteta because.
So when people were bullish on Emery, it was okay. Why? Because he wasn't someone who played for us.
What, in 6 months?
Yeah,
people weren't bullish on Emery in 6 months.
No, there were people that were bullish on Emery from beginning.
They were, but I wasn't one of them.
But listen, there's people who don't like Arteta.
Yeah. You're never going to please everyone, so you're never going to please everyone.
All I'm saying is this, at least with Emery, right, for a split second, guys, just please hear me out. For one split second in a hair's breadth, we thought we had an identity. Even when we went on this 22 unbeaten game run, we felt connected to something, to football. And we knew we got lucky along the way in some of the games. but there was something happening. There was something brewing. With Arteta, we felt that in the FA Cup. We did it against City. We did it against Chelsea. We did it against Liverpool in the Community Shield. In the Premier League, I feel like we lose who we are. I don't know what the identity is. And for some reason, there's a mental, physical collapse that happens that, you know, was evident in our inability to qualify for the Champions League the way we broke down when we did last season. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay. Can I just ask, how old is Klopp and how old is Arteta?
Oh, gosh. Well, I don't know, but I do know one's a Virgo and one's a Sagittarius.
Right. So my point is this. I think Klopp's got a little bit more experience in bigger leagues as well than Arteta. I think it's unfair to compare, if I'm honest.
Wait, what did I compare them in that statement I just made about our cup team?
What's Klopp got and what's Arsenal? You know, I think it's slightly unfair.
I think we've got to add to the equation, PG. If I could add to what you're saying, Arteta is learning on the job. It's his first job.
Klopp didn't learn on the job, not at Liverpool.
Yeah,
he was already learned. He knew his way. Yeah, Arteta's like this a little bit at the moment, and you know he's brought in Partey, and he's got to find out who's the best midfielders to play with him. I do miss Ainsley, and I think you know the two best players again last night for me was Saka and Tierney. That in my eyes they can just do no wrong. It is phenomenal watching them. It's just at the moment Aubameyang's not scoring. It's just not gelling a little bit. Give him a chance. I'm just not ready to jump on the criticism of Arteta bandwagon. I'm not, Soph, and I'm not saying you're not entitled to. You can do what you want. You're an Arsenal fan. You can do whatever you like. I just don't agree with that. I do believe as well that
you don't think it's right for me to be upset that he didn't pick Maitland-Niles over Bellerin, who's been poor?
Well, Bellerin actually didn't play too badly the last couple of matches.
He's not, but why is that? Why is a criticism of his choice in not playing Maitland-Niles and not understanding that? Like, why can't we do that? That's my point.
Was Maitland-Niles on the bench last night?
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
He was. Yeah.
Okay, so he was fit enough to play then, obviously. But I don't know. I'm just not as upset. I'm expecting very inconsistent games at the moment. And I think he's finding his feet. And my point of asking how old Klopp is and how old Arteta is what Kev said. When Klopp walked into Liverpool, he had that vision. He knew. He'd already been at Dortmund and been a success. Arteta has been an understudy. He's never even been a manager. And now he's a manager of a big club. Give him a chance. That's all I'm saying. He may turn out not to be the right one. I just feel he is. I just feel he will be. But
I totally understand that. And listen, criticising Arteta doesn't mean you're talking about changing managers.
No, of course,
style.
I understand that.
True. That's right.
And you are entitled to.
I'm criticising him for yesterday. It's the first time I've ever gotten this upset with him choosing a team and managing the game the way he did. I think that he got it wrong. That doesn't mean I want him out. It just means that at some point against these teams, against City, against Liverpool, against Leicester, you've got to start getting some results. Why can't we? We're not evolving in those games.
We're just in a little bit of a bad patch at the moment. It's not great, is it? And we're 10th now. And also, I will say...
And I never said that, Sean.
Hey, because we beat them in the cup, so we beat Liverpool in the league last season. We beat City in the cup last season. So you mentioned about not beating them, but we did under Arteta.
Yeah, but I got a bit of a problem with beating Liverpool, Kev. I'm sorry, but they were at the beach that night.
Don't care.
So I know, but we did beat them in the Charity Shield. But that's not the point.
No, but we don't care. We don't care. Because any time a Liverpool team crosses that white line and an Arsenal team crosses that white line, it's about winning.
Absolutely. I just think that, and it's such a strange time at the moment. Who would have thought Everton would have gone to Southampton and lost? I mean, if there's so many weird results. No, come on. What, you thought they were going to lose to Southampton?
Yeah. No Richarlison.
No, yeah.
I didn't think so. Anyway, I'm just saying, I think that we can't call it at the moment. I mean, knowing us, we'd probably go to United and beat them. I mean, that would be the weirdest thing as well. But I'm not saying don't criticise maybe his tactics a little bit, and that's fine, and you're entitled to. But Emery did not have control of that changing room the way Arteta has. And that's a massive factor. They respect him. You can see that. They never respected Emery. They took the piss.
All right, PG, you bring up a really good point, and I'd like to ask you both this question. All right. So Leicester smashed Liverpool, and we lost to Leicester, right?
No, City.
City. Villa smashed Liverpool, we lost to Liverpool, right? City lost to Leicester, we lost to City. We lost to Leicester. Man United got thumped 6-1 by Spurs. Man United haven't won at home for how long? PG, you said it in your...
Yeah,
in
5
your
matches.
Five matches. If we don't beat Man United in that game and we have our post-game show and I say to you guys, okay, now I was worried against Leicester, but now I'm really getting worried. What are you guys going to say when all that I've put in front of you and we go to Old Trafford and lose that game too?
Because I'll say the same thing to you. You can't call it at the moment. I don't think we'll win because they are so dire, not us, them, that it's just so Arsenal to do this.
But Sophie, that's a little bit of a crazy
That's
question.
exactly what Daniel Hartley. I agree with you.
It's a crazy question because you know what? When we do after match, we report on the match. We can't comment on the match now because the match ain't been played. So when the game goes on we come on, we could have battered them, but we lost 1-0.
But the point is the result.
Yeah, but
against these teams.
Yeah, but let's be honest. If we played well and we battered them and got beat, what would you say? Yeah, we got beat against another team. Yeah, but we played well. So we're trying to find consistency in performance. We haven't got that. You are right on that. And I agree with you. We have not been consistent. We've been poor. But it will turn. And we got to ride the storm.
Okay, and to answer Ray's question, do you know what I was saying, Amanda, before I throw it back to you, babe, is I would say we got a result against a Big Six team away from home especially, and that is where we're being measured as a club, and those are the points that are the difference between us qualifying for the Champions League and not. And especially last season in our run-up, if we'd have just got a few more points against those top 6 teams, then maybe we would have qualified, but we couldn't, and we kept falling and falling and falling. Go on, Amanda.
Well, I was going to say, someone brought up a point about Carlo Ancelotti. He's got a plan, he's got this. But again, I'll ask you, how old, Tashi, is Carlo Ancelotti, and how long has he been around in the game? You cannot compare Arteta. It's like comparing Arteta to, I don't know, Alex Ferguson or whoever was top of their game. He is his own man. He's got his own style. It's going to take time. We are going to have many games that we go, why did he pick this one? Why did he pick that? And that's fine. I said the same thing last night. I don't understand the late substitutions. I never understood them with Wenger. I liked when Emery subbed at halftime, and then he got criticised for that because it's like they have a system, as Kev knows, in the week you play your system, and that is why Partey didn't come on against City.
In the first game, yeah.
Yeah. Then, I had to go at you two because I didn't have a problem with it. We knew for a start he was going to play the next game, and that's what happened. But I don't know why I'm not as wound up as you, and there are quite a few people.
Because of what these guys are saying. They bought a new midfield. Who cares about how old Ancelotti is? Age should have nothing to do with success and failure.
And
it has to do with experience. Okay?
Managers.
But he won the FA Cup and we lauded him and we killed Lampard for his inexperience. Come on, guys.
He's still inexperienced.
All right.
He won the FA Cup, but he's still inexperienced.
He has never been a manager before, Soph. Carlo Ancelotti has, and Jurgen Klopp.
Of course they have. But my point is I've not compared him to Ancelotti. The Liverpool thing came up as a question in the chat. So we were comparing evolutions of teams. Liverpool had finished 8th or 10th 4 years before they even won the Premier League. They were in Champions League purgatory before they won it. Right? They couldn't defend for love nor money. Their goalkeeper was a laughingstock and cost them a Champions League and has been ostracized pretty much from European football since that happened. So what I'm saying is, as an evolutionary team, right, you can't just continue to laud him because he won the FA Cup and not criticize him when we lose a game to another top 6 team like we did yesterday.
At some point, I'm not lauding him. I'm saying he's a young, inexperienced manager who is going to take time.
It's a generic. The fan base, Kevin.
So there are people like you criticising him. People aren't lauding him. They're just giving him time, and that we're excited by the way he is and what he's trying to do with the team. You know, he wants to play out from the back, doesn't he? I can't talk and read at the same time. Sorry, Cash. He wants to play out from the back. I bloody hate it, but that's his thing. I just think it's each game we can't dissect like this so much. We've got to give it time. If we lose a game on Sunday, if we lose on Sunday, I'll still feel the same, I'm afraid, because it is a transitioning process. I don't want us to lose ever. But I'm not being funny. I don't remember, but KC, when George Graham came in, did we win straight away? Did we? I know he won the league cup.
We started to win, and I think what happened was people saw the team starting to build, and as well, this is the other thing, young players started to get a goal. So there was that feel-good factor. We still lost games, and there were still games like yesterday.
I remember when you were rubbish.
Yeah, well, I could hear you. I heard you shouting from that East Upper. Campbell, get up, you're up. I heard you. Right.
I would never say Campbell. I would have sworn.
Well, I'm being polite.
Swearing.
I'm being polite because I don't want your mum coming round for me. I don't want mama coming round for me.
Oh, it's such a shame.
Can you guys please answer? Because we know what she swore at you. We all know. We know what you said, PG, back in the day. Jokes aside, Billy keeps saying, I keep hearing that, we can't beat the big six. And he's asking who the big six are. Can everyone just in chat please help him and give him your version and we can give ours? Obviously, it's City, United, Chelsea, Tottenham, Liverpool and us. But I don't think we're in the big six anymore. Financially, we are. On a brand awareness and pedigree level, we're absolutely in the big six. On a global level, we've fallen as well. And there are other teams that have overtaken us. But would you guys agree those are the teams, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still see us as the top six. I'm probably a little bit in fantasy land at the moment, but I still think we're seen like that.
I'd like to introduce our encyclopedia for the evening. Mr. Danny from a Burkamp Wonderland always comes in to save us.
Hi, Danny. I love Danny.
He won his first game, then lost the next 4. Then he won 2 of his next 9.
That's why I asked Danny, because I don't remember us going on a 20-game win.
So again, you do go through it. You have to, and it's painful. And we will listen. We're going to be here again, Sophie. I tell you, we're going to be here.
I just want to know when you guys are actually going to, like I have this evening. Unlike lot of, I don't want to be labelled with these melodramatic Arsenal fans on Twitter because I'm not. I'm just giving constructive, calm, and collected feedback on Mikel Arteta tonight. I haven't even gone supersonic, which is shocking for me, being Greek especially.
No, you've gone supersonic on Kev.
Hardly, really, compared to how I have gone in the past. But I'm looking forward to you guys actually starting to, if this continues, because you guys have said in our WhatsApp group, don't call me out, PG, just on my own there on the top of the WhatsApp mountain, KC. But you guys have said, this is rough, this is rancid.
Yeah, I did last night. It was diabolical. It was shite. It was boring. It was terrible.
It wasn't good enough.
No, it wasn't. We're not sitting here saying 100%. It was.
Yeah, 100%.
But it just takes time. That's all I'm saying. And I don't think that I'll be that angry. Hey, Danny. I don't think I'll be that angry as I was. I wasn't. I was a bit, to be fair, and I'll hold my hands up now, I was a bit fooled with Emery because I actually thought after 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then the games went on, I was like, we've got our Arsenal back. This is brilliant. We're actually winning games. But people kept pointing out to me that it was dire. And I was like, it's not dire. And then I saw it later on that he wasn't the man for the job. He was the stepping stone and, whatever. It's always going to be a massive transitioning period. Wenger was shite for about 7 or 8 years, I'm afraid. His teams were as well. We haven't actually seen the most phenomenal football until his first 10 years of his tender, as they say. The problem with
Jimmy the Greek's on my side. I'm pretty sure of Casey. He sounds like one of my people, doesn't he?
Who?
AJ Jimmy Alexander. He sounds like a Greek. He keeps illustrating Arteta's age versus Pep, and you guys are ignoring it, but he's got a point.
No, Sophie, it's simple. Give Arteta the same squad that Pep inherited in Barcelona, and let's see what he can do.
How can you
top 5 players in the world?
How can you compare Arteta?
I mean, it's
Arsenal,
a joke, isn't it? Come on, I'm not actually comparing them, am I? I'm having a little bit of fun too with you.
Well, I hope so.
Knuckleheads over there. Jeez, I mean, you don't have the Holy Trinity and expect to be able to compare.
I'm not talking about you. I'm on about Jimmy. I want Jimmy. What's Jimmy putting it in there like that for? What's all that about?
Listen, say goodnight to New Jersey. What do you mean dinner time? What time is it? It's only 6 o'clock in New Jersey. Oh, I guess it's dinner time. All right.
New Jersey.
All right, so here's the scoop. Before we hang up, because we got to go. What's your major takeaway? Tell me something you were disappointed in, at least, from the Leicester game.
No one marking Jamie Vardy. I mean, I'm disappointed to see Mustafi in an Arsenal top, I'm afraid. And that's who I will go to town on.
Whose fault's that?
He's just not good enough. Louise getting injured. That's whose fault it was.
But okay, let's go back to this before we leave then. Are you telling me, so we've invested how much in William Saliba? And
what's going on there?
And Mustafi's an option. And KC, you're 100% right on this, because it's like, what is the explanation? Why isn't anyone being transparent on what's happening with Saliba?
Yeah.
And his backup, believe me, correct me if I'm wrong, and I might be going mad, but I believe someone mentioned it in chat earlier too, but Saliba's understudy at Saint Etienne was starting for Leicester against us last night. Am I going balmy? Maybe.
No. Fofana won it, that Fofana guy. Look, again, this is crazy. Look, we've not even seen him on the pitch in anger. Why not? Why? This is the question I would ask Mikel Arteta. Why is this signing not been on the pitch? They were talking about loaning him out, and they said, no, we'll keep him in the club. So why isn't he on the bench? Mustafi ain't even trained. That's the question I've got. That's what I'm disappointed with.
This is a really kind of important, because he is a big investment. Tashi's asking a really good question here, and someone sent me a DM actually to make sure that I asked you this before we go, Casey, too. Why is this left side crazy? What's happened to the right side?
Because Saka and Tierney on the left.
but
no, it's not that they don't use the right, because in Rapid Vienna, we used it. We built on the right, and that's how Aubameyang got his goal. So it's not just we only attack down the left. But the great thing about Arsenal right now, we've got a great balance with left-footed players on the left-hand side. Gabriel, Xhaka, you look at Tierney, and you look at Saka. 4 left-footers in your team is very good. So that's why, and they're good at it. That's why that's a strength for us. Well, can I just say this as well? Can I just say this as well?
Get it off your chest. What haven't I asked you about the game?
No, about the left-hand side. Kieran Tierney's ball into Lacazette, and the one he missed. He's got to score that.
Yeah.
He has got to score that, because that's a give me. That's right in front of the goal. He has to score that. We take the lead, we win the game. It's as simple as that. But unfortunately,
we don't know that, do we?
No, we take the lead, we win the game. Trust me.
You were unable to answer my question previously, but you know that if we scored, we would win the game. You know that.
No, because they have to open up. We see Leicester was set. They sat in and said, right, we're gonna let you play in front of us. The moment you score, they have to open up to try and equalize. And that's how we would win the game.
Is Zaha better than Pepe, Amanda?
Well, at the moment he is, yeah. But what's that? Zaha doesn't play for us.
No, but Lee's asking.
Zaha is better player right now, because he's played in the Premier League. He knows the Premier League. 100%.
All right. So look, I was expecting a better result. You and IKC called a victory. Amanda called a draw. All
and
right.
you're going to go at me for that as well.
We were, and we don't take it back at all because
No,
everyone's
not
had
at
a go at me tonight. So it's your turn the other night, and it'll be Kev's turn on Wednesday night. All right. But to me, that was a disappointment and glaring, and that's it. So let's hopefully we can move on. But if we perform the same way against Manchester United and we have the same result, I think things are going to start. I'm not saying like things are going to start to get a bit weird around these parts.
We never play well after a Europa League game. That's why I went for a draw, and I'll go for a draw at Old Trafford on Sunday again. And I think Thursday night we'll beat Dundalk. So we just don't travel well, and I don't know why.
Is Dundalk the sister of Dunkirk? Where is Dundalk?
Somewhere in Ireland. That's embarrassing. We don't know.
No, it is. It is somewhere in Ireland, isn't it? And also, Kevin, there was a question that came through because of your connection with Everton, where ex-pros always say that players don't go out to injure players. That's on the back of the We'll get some more questions answered from KC on the Twitter account. How about that? Because there's a lot of questions that are coming in, and we could stay on air always for 2 hours, but
yeah,
we're not going to do that, unfortunately, because we're just not. Kevin, Kevin, you look a little like you haven't had your final word.
Oh,
there's something you haven't had yet. There's something that you haven't always coming through with information. Yes, there you go. Borderish. Thank you, Danny. Josh loves Big Kev. Big shout outs to everyone from all around the globe that came in and joined us.
Thank
tonight.
you, everyone. Yeah,
really
thanks, everyone. And thanks to PG for showing up. I tell you, we love that.
Eventually, she did. I mean, I wonder why wasn't she here for the first half an hour?
I couldn't be. That's why.
And no top on. No fancy top.
No talking tea.
I am wearing a top.
What this is.
No, but fancy one. You usually got a message
tonight. No,
fancy tonight.
If you'd have known about my evening, no.
I mean, this is a bit of a weird one for me, to be honest, because I feel like, I'm not going to lie, I feel like we're in a bit of no man's land in the league. I know we're a really great cup team.
Love it, Dan.
We got it right towards the end, luckily, in Europa League. And I don't know, in the Premier League, I just think we're so bland, and I hope that changes because it's not fun watching us. If anyone's having fun, call me you're a liar. You can't be having fun watching us in the Premier League right now. Anyone who's in chat, please answer Y or no. Are you a letter Y or an N? Are you having fun watching us in the Premier League right now? Kevin and Amanda, answer this honestly before we go.
I've already answered it. No.
But we just. No. But it is a process, and yes, we have to go.
All right. Okay. Well, that's that then, everyone. We are next back live this week. We're going to be back a couple times. We're trying to figure out a couple show times, but we're definitely going to come back for a preview of Manchester United versus Arsenal with one of our favorite frenemies, and that is Dale from Stretty News. So we
could come back post Dundalk.
Is that on Thursday?
Yes.
We could do that. We
might come back post Dundalk.
Maybe Amanda will be wearing a pirate hat. It sounds like they should wear pirate hats. I don't know.
I'm wearing a patch.
Yeah. Look at this. No. Team full of dross. Nice show today. Well done. Thank you, Moses. All right, KC, what else? Anything else? Anything you want to wrap up from Leicester? You said it all?
No, said it all. Listen, we've got to do better. Yes, we have. We've got to do better.
Change your clock, Kevin.
Well, I've only just got back. Give me a chance. Jesus, please.
Someone even put it in there. They've noticed everything. God.
No, I know, but that's good. Hey, maybe I should leave it so when it comes to summer, I catch up again.
Right then. Until next time, Amanda.
Always Arsenal.